Talk is back. All right, good evening. If you're here, good evening. We are starting the show later than usual today because we couldn't show up at 7 o'clock. That is the actual time for the show. So we decided to move the show to about this time. Sorry about that. Were you expecting the show at 7:30? We couldn't meet up at that time due to some things beyond our control. We're here right now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mastermind Journey series. Yep. We have been on this series for this is what episode 8. We have been in this series for quite some time, and we're going to be on it till the end of the month. Okay, the Mastermind series is the Mastermind series is yes, the Mastermind Journey series is a series where we come and we share our mastermind experiences. Yes, okay. So the Mastermind Circle is a peer mentorship and accountability group where we work with young children. Okay, to help them start their journey of consolidation. We help them begin their journey towards their purpose. All right, so we guide those children to set goals for themselves, to achieve their goals, and then to direct themselves while they are doing all of this. Okay, so it's an amazing platform to be on, and so we thought we're not talking enough about it, and a lot of people do not even know what the mastermind is about and what we do in the mastermind. So that's why we decided to, do this series so that the people in the mastermind can actually share their experiences. And you know how it is sometimes people don't get to enjoy certain things or don't get to know about certain things just because we're not talking about them enough. The truth about it is, if you're doing something and that thing is working, you're doing something and that thing is productive, you're doing something and that thing has got results, share it with other people so that other people can also benefit from it. So every time we're not sharing the positive things that we're doing or the positive things that we have opportunities to be part of, okay, we are not actually helping humanity, right? There are people who do all the terrible things, people who put out all kinds of negative narratives out there, and they're not ashamed to put it out there. They are telling their stories, they are louding it, as a matter of fact, forcing it down the throat of anybody who cares to listen, okay? Forcing that, in fact, even if you don't want to listen, they force it down your throat anyway. So why do we have things that are amazing? Okay, my guest is I'm gonna have a guest today. Sorry, I didn't even mention the guest that I was saying my guest is. All right, so I didn't mention I'm gonna have a guest join us today. Okay, of course, that will be telling us a mastermind story. Okay, I'm expecting her backstage. So as I was saying, why do we do things why are we a part of things that are amazing and we don't share the stories? I am employing you today, I'm charging you today. If there is anything that you do, if there's anything that you're a part of and that thing is meaningful, that thing is productive, that thing is blessing lives, please share it with the world. We have enough of negative news and negative narratives and negative things out there, okay? And people are willing to spend their time, their money, their resources, right, to listen to those negative things. And yet we have the positive things and we're not willing to put it out there. So yes, this is why we have the mastermind story out here. We've been on it. This is episode 8 of 8. Okay, we've been interviewing children and parents, okay, our partners at the Mastermind Circle. Okay, and this is what this show is, or this series is about. So I'm expecting one more parent today. Okay, Miss Oladipupo is our guest for today. She has a daughter who's in the mastermind, that's 9 years old, and her 9-year-old has been in the mastermind for 7 months. For 7 straight months, she's been in the mastermind. So she's got a story to share with us. She's got her journey, and she wants to share that journey with us today. So I think she wants to share that journey with us, and I think it's an interesting journey. Okay, it's an interesting journey, and you want to be here to be a part of it. All right, the Mastermind program is a peer mentorship and accountability group, as I said earlier on. Okay, It's a yearly subscription group. So what it means is the parents in the group subscribe, I mean, enroll their children for the program. The program is for children between the ages of 6 and 14. So they enroll their children for the program, and then the children join in the program. It's a whole year long program. So when the children enroll for the program, it means that we're going to have the children for a whole 1 year. So for 1 year, we're walking your journey with you. For 1 year, we're walking your journey with you for a whole year. We're supporting you. We're supporting the children. Okay, we are part of their lives and part of their progress. Okay, we hold them accountable. We guide them to set goals for themselves. We guide them to set goals for themselves and to achieve those goals. And then we, of course, hold them accountable by using our accountability system that is on ground. And we don't just hold them accountable by just anything. We hold them accountable by the goals that they have set and the standards that we have in the academy. And trust me, those standards are high. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just added you to the stream, Mrs. Oladipupo. Good evening, ma'am. How are you doing?
Good evening, ma'am. I'm very well, thank you, Coach MB.
All right, it's a bit faint. Sorry, I had to bully you out here this evening.
It's okay. It's totally okay. Can you hear
All
me
right, so
properly?
that's another thing we have in the mastermind. So we have this relationship with our parents that sometimes we just go and we bully them and they show up. Okay, so some of these parents you see here, because the series is a spontaneous one, we just thought, you know something, let's put it out there. I mean, let's share our stories with the world. Let's share our stories with someone out there that this story can make a difference in their lives. Okay, and so it's spontaneous. So we decided to, put the show out there. So it's not as if it's something that we thought about like a long time ago. And we're like, okay, let's do this. It's the first time we're doing this, right? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the first time we're doing it this year. So for some of these parents, it's like, okay, they're not sure they can be on the show. Some of them will approach them in the morning. Will you be able to show up, in the evening? And they're like, yeah. Some of them even in the afternoon, and they make time to be here for us. This is how they are here for their children. This is how they are here for us in the circle, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you very much for being here, my eyes, Ife, and everybody at home.
Ifolua is fine, and our siblings are well too. Thank you.
All right, then. All right, so let me start by asking you how long you and your beautiful daughter have been in the mastermind circle.
Okay, so we started December last year. So this would be 7 months in the mastermind sector.
All right, then. Awesome. So, how has that journey been for you so far?
It has been an amazing journey. Like I've shared with you before that when I saw what you were doing with Kamsi, especially when he was doing the YouTube videos, then the public speaking, I knew down inside myself I wanted this for my daughter. Ifolo, I think she was about 7 then, not up to 7, I think 6 or so. So I was just hoping that one day you open it up. And when we saw the opportunity last year, December, I knew that was it. And it has been an amazing journey for us. We've seen Ifolua become more stable, more focused. And anyway, let's carry on. Let me not just, so let's carry as we go, we'll talk more about it, right? So it has been a
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic journey.
No, you can roll. Just share with us. We're here for just about 20 minutes. We wasted 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes. So just share with us.
Sorry. So sorry. So sorry. I came in late. Okay, so like I was saying, the mastermind has been a very fantastic journey for us, for Ifolua, for me. Um, as if the Lord was just preparing me ahead because year 4 was she just finished year 4. This was the most trying year of a parent I've ever had as a parent with her, and also academically she struggled. So the mastermind kind of was just the right solution at the right time. It provided a balance. So this year was really, like I said, was really turbulent for her because of the mix of children they had. So I saw my beautiful 8-year-old who is very conscious, very caring, focused, all of a sudden just turn around. She doesn't listen. She doesn't want to do anything. I have to yell and talk. and for her to get anything done. Many times I would even have a meltdown. I remember coming to meet, I think that was second term. So everything happening in our class, there was a child that was kind of troubled, I would say a delinquent child and was in the class. So a follower is like a sponge. She goes to school
Mm.
and she's quiet. You think, oh, of course she's a good girl. But she's absorbing everything going on in the class. And when
Yeah.
she gets home, she just unleash. In class, she's well comported, she behaves herself. In fact, the teacher's favorite. But at home, it was tough for me. It was hell. She wasn't listening, she wasn't obeying, she wasn't willing to do her schoolwork, you know. So the mastermind just kind of was the right solution, I would say, an answer to prayer, for us, especially with our doing the morning affirmation kind of provided structure for her, and also seeing other children and being accountable. She knows that every day she has to come back to Tuesday she's given, and she has to report on them. So it kind of gave her stability. So our first term, second term was we struggled. Then, but third term, I knew that, oh, we're already making a lot of effort. I could see her. One of the things she couldn't do was getting her wardrobe organized. I can't even remember when last I helped her to tidy her wardrobe. So she's 8. No,
Yeah.
she started when she was 8. She's 9. Now if follow her, I just have to say, oh, today is Saturday. Have you done it? And she's like, oh, I'll get to it. And she does a fantastic job, So, and having to this third time. So like what was happening in our class? So a lot of good children that you would say, oh, these children are the ideal, you know, very focused. They're never in trouble. She usually doesn't get in trouble. But this third time, a lot of our classmates we saw them just go, spiral down. And in
Oh.
morals, in everything, even the academics. But many times that they would call, because I work in the same school as the students, and they would call me in to either come and intervene on something or counsel, or a parent is called, or by virtue that my child is in the class, I'm called in. Ife was not in any of those. I said, "Well, no, I'm very proud." And you and I know that it has been the mastermind that helped you, through this, that many times that your friends get in trouble, somehow they won't call your name, even when other names were being mentioned. So that was the kind of support we got from the mastermind. Real value, too much value for the money we paid. So thank you so much, Coach Mary Beth. God bless you and
Thank
the
you so
team.
much.
Work you're
Thank you,
doing with
thank
us.
you, thank you so much, Felu, as well. You see these things. These things really they are really not magic, right? These things are principles, really, that if we start paying attention to them as parents, we will get the results, or at least we will make good progress, basically, because it's that thing of your child always having to listen to you as their parents. And you know how it is, for us as parents, it's sometimes our emotions, we can't separate our emotions, from the journey, right? So our
Yes.
emotions are in the way of the journey. And so sometimes it's very difficult for you to be objective as a parent. So
Mhm.
as much as you want to separate, as much as you want to separate the child from the behavior, your emotions come in as a parent, and sometimes it steps in the way of that progress that you really want, or that intention that you have. I was in a class, about an hour or so ago, and the speaker in that at a conference, and the speaker was saying, for him, he got to a point where he had to look at his child and say, I have my plant that is, in the say in the ground, or in the farm, or whatever. And then I have the weeds all around the child, and because of the weed, the real seed is not doing well. The real plant, is not doing well. And then you get angry and you begin to pull the plant, you begin to drag the plant all over the place because it's not doing well. when the real thing you should be looking at is, why is the plant not doing well? If you look at why the plant is not doing well, if you can be objective that way, then you will see that it's all of the weed around the child, I mean the plant, that is causing the plant not to do well. So what are you going to be uprooting? You're going to be pulling and tugging and, pulling out all the weeds around it. And when you do that, then the plants can actually, thrive. But most times as parents, because our emotions, a lot of us are indisciplined. Let me use the word. A lot of us are in discipline with our emotions, and of course that's because of where we're coming from. Parents hate to hear this, but it's the truth. Most times it's because of our own traumas, where we're coming from, what was the ideal, where we're coming from, and how we have been programmed, basically our default mode. So it's really not very easy for you to have this programming, and you have used this programming for 30 years, 35 years, 45 years of your life, and all of a sudden we say take it and throw it away. It becomes a bit, it's not like, so sometimes you work hard at it, sometimes you will still fall. But what happens when you have a system that supports you is you have someone who is corroborating what it is that you say to your child every time. Okay, so somehow they hear it from another person, especially if they can trust the person and they can trust the system. Okay, this system is for my good. This system doesn't shame me. These people are understanding. They are never, even the times that I don't do it right, they are not breathing down my neck and calling me names and all that. So, and all of that. So with children, it's easy to trust a system that does not condemn them. It's easy to trust a system that is not judgmental towards them, but the system still holds them accountable. And as parents, that's where it becomes a bit difficult for us. So we say to every parent, we understand your journey, even for me, who is a parent, right? I understand this journey, and because of that, that's the reason why you need some of these support systems, basically, right, to work with hand in hand, as I always say, so that we can attack this parenting. It's double barrel. The child is getting from you, the child is getting from the accountability system, and the mastermind is even more than that. There's also the accountability and, pair mentorship that goes on right in the circle. That it's very easy for the children to just come in, and because, okay, this person is about my age, the person is doing it. If the person is doing it, it means I probably can also do it, and I can, achieve this. And that's actually how I got my daughter to start writing her reports or taking any of this seriously. She will come in every time, I'm like, have you done your report? She's like, no. And that's it. Even with the children at home, I don't drag them, I don't pull them, I don't, so I tell you why, she'll be like, and then she comes in and she's seeing the reports. She comes to the laptop and she sees all the reports and she's like, oh, mommy, how old is this person? And I'll tell her, he's 6. Okay. How old is this one? He's 8. Okay. And then the next day she's writing her report. And she's like, yeah, everybody's doing it. I might as well just do it too. So that's the kind of system that we have, a system where the children can actually learn from each other, support each other, and then the children can actually influence each other positively, and all of that. So thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So I mean, let's, so that we are not here shouting, oh, the gains. I'm like that. I like to make you know that this is a very authentic system, and the system is, I mean, our children have their own struggles also. So we're not going to come here and say, oh, when your children come to the mastermind, everything will just fix in 6 months, 7 months. Your children will be like this straight and everything is going to be happening. Not like that. All right. So let's talk about some of the things that your daughter has struggled with, for some time, and some of the little progress that you have seen, and the part that you had to play, in collaboration with us. Because some parents like to think that, oh, I'll just put them in these systems and then I'll continue with my work. Everything is going to be okay. Please, parents, there is no one that can mentor your children. I mean, the mentorship of your children, the biggest role in it is yours. That's the truth. We will not even come and lie to you that, yeah, it's okay. I mean, we're doing so much to support you. But if you're not doing your part first, mom, then we won't get the results that we're getting. So share with us some of her struggles, even while in the mastermind, and how somehow you've been able to make progress anyway.
Okay, so for Ifolu, I think one of the things she was struggling with was one of the most important I wanted to say now was self-direction, and also acquiring some skills, like being able to tidy up a bed. I know they are not might not be easy for some people, but it is for me because I believe I shouldn't be making
Sweet.
my 8-year-old bed. I shouldn't be washing her plate. So many times you tell her to go do such job. In fact, one day she told me, she said, "Oh, she doesn't think she's going to marry." I'm like, why would you say that? I said, because we do too much work at home. I don't have a living maid right now. So getting a follower to enter the kitchen is she would rather be on the computer. She's her father's daughter. But I'm like, if you can eat, you should learn. So be in the kitchen, everybody should learn to cook, wash their plates, do lay your bed. I'm not the one that slept on it. So I was really struggling before we came into the mastermind. I always have to shout like, if I come and if I come, in fact, she doesn't even want to near the kitchen at all. Just want to come eat her food, and she go, ew, the place is dirty, and she.
Astro
So
love.
we live, we live in a community, right? Our family is like an ecosystem, so we all contribute to it, and we make the mess together. So the mastermind really helped her with those life skill, you know. It's really, and that took a big burden off my shoulder. Not that I didn't have to remind her, like you say, there are times she still
Yeah.
wants to go back to the default setting, but she has really made a lot of progress. Especially like I said,
Alright.
her wardrobe, it's no longer my headache. Her bed and her brother's bed, it's a bunk. She knows in the morning she has to do that. She would not sweep the house as much as I would like it, but she knows that anyhow you do it, you have to do it every morning. So there are times that she still, wouldn't want to. I just remind her. She knows that, oh, mommy is not the one to wash my plate. So she gets to it. I'm not saying wash everybody's plate for starters. Wash your plate and your brother's plate. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
At least and she's doing that. Then another thing was there was something you sent into the mastermind. Um was it today or yesterday? About it has to do with something I've been telling her. I'll remember as I go on. And when you
Okay.
mentioned it, that was like a reinforcement for me, like, oh, can you see Coach Mary Beth said the same thing too. So that was like a reinforcement for us to get the thing done. Okay, it's like, oh, mommy is saying this and coach is saying this. Then I remember the last time we had a section, I had to call you. That was when it was too much for me. Second term, and she was really having a lot of emotional issues,
Mm.
bullying her siblings and things like that. And I was losing it. I was almost crying, like all the work I've done through the years. I can just see sleep. Just I didn't have control over my daughter, and I have to come to you. And after we had that talk, we spoke and we spoke together. One of the things that struck me was that I felt the Holy Spirit saying to me, I'm a Christian, so I think it's okay to talk about the Holy Spirit. I just felt impressed in my heart that I needed to invest more time in reminding her who she is.
Yeah.
So that meant me once it's 7:30, I don't do anything. So I started something that I've always wanted to do. So I would go inside once it's 7:30. They know it's bedtime. I will spend time together. How was school today? What was your high five moment? Started doing that, and what was your high low moment? So I can catch those things coming from outside and be able to nip them in the bud before it becomes.
Yeah.
So that really helped us to, gain a lot of structure, and help her redirect her focus and channel and remind her who she is. So in the morning, she gets the affirmation from you. I also had to solicit her father's help. Like, I need you now in the life of those children. I need you to help me remind them who they are. So in the morning, because I work in a store, at times I might be I'm not so settled to. We have our time together in the morning. She wakes up early, but the dad, when we're going, I leave to quickly go sign. The dad spends another. just 2 minutes to remind her who she is. Who are you?
Yeah,
We have a mantra to take aside what you're doing. Then when I come back home after dinner, immediately after dinner, we'll quickly wash up and I leave everything. 7:30 to 8:30 is for them. And we'll spend time talking about the day, remind them who they are, and we'll read a book. In the process of reading the book, reading to them, they sleep off. So that really helped us because that was after I spoke to you that idea came to me, and that has really, really, been amazing. So as a parent, we have to do the work. We have to do our own part. So I think that should drive
definitely.
us.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, first mom. Definitely, as a parent, there's a role you have. You must. I mean, we are just supporting. I mean, we're just tagging along. You actually are the one, in the forefront of this thing. And you know why first mom was talking. I'm sure if there's anything that you should have picked, the fact that our support goes beyond the children. Our support goes beyond the children. Being in the mastermind, just bringing your children to the mastermind simply means that you as a parent has got access to us. So these days parents call me and they're like, oh coach, I want mentorship. What do you do? Can I work with you and all that? And I'm like, no, I don't work with parents directly. Okay, yes, we have courses that come up from time to time that you need to take as a parent in order for you to support your children. That's how far we go. We put up those courses that you need to take because you can't parent without knowledge. See, nobody should lie to you. Nobody should lie to you. You cannot use your 18th century or 19th century templates to parent a child in the 20th century and you say you want to get the same result or get effective results. You will not get effective results. That's the truth about it. There are laws, there are principles. Let's not even get it twisted. You know how it is. It's every time that we're not standing up to our responsibility, every time that we're failing as parents, that's when we remember to begin to quote all kinds of funny things. As soon as the responsibility or the bus stops at us, then we begin to look for all kinds of excuses to use and quotes for why we shouldn't be intentional about our children. We want to be intentional about everything else except about our, raising our children. So, as you said, there is that place. So we leave that relationship open where parents can actually reach out to us in the mastermind when they are struggling with their children or when they're having challenges with their children. If there's anything we do well, is listen to our parents. That's the truth. Okay. If there is anything we do well, their parents, if you're not in the mastermind, those in the mastermind already know this. But if you're not in the mastermind, if there's anything we do well, I would drop every other client and attend to my mastermind parents. I have been in one-on-one sessions with parents and I get a call from a partner's parents and I'm like, please just give me a few minutes. I need to talk to this parent. He's a mastermind parent. So for the parent to be calling me, then it has something to do with the child. That's it. That's how I see it. So I will attend to, so they are priority as far as PTM goes. They are our mastermind parents are priority, and the mastermind partners rather are priority. And because the parents are associated to the partners, automatically, so I say a lot of the times that mastermind is buy one, get one free. So you get your child in and then you get your free, access to us, as a parent. And it's been amazing, it's been amazing working with these parents, working with these children, and seeing the progress that the children make right before your eyes. Sometimes I sit down in the meetings, especially for the senior partners, they anchor their meetings on their own. They give they do the research and do the presentations, and then other times they are reviewing books. My goodness. My goodness, I just sit down there and I'm listening to the children reviewing whether it's things fall apart, rules of money, maintain your whites. I sit down there and these children are reviewing and they're having conversations. Like they forget that I'm there sometimes. They are having their conversation. The other time it was when the submarine got, immersed and all of that. The immersible, is that what they call it? You should see the conversation that followed that. There's one of the kids, that is very advanced in AI and all of that. You should see him break it down, and all of that. So with the kids at that session, if you ask them, they will tell you all about the submarine and all that happened with the submarine because they understand it. And this is what we're doing, and this is more of what we're going to do with the children in the next cohort. We're going to get children to have conversations. Okay, I hope is that me? Can you still see me? Can you hear me? Is it Abigail? Okay,
I
so we're going to have,
I
let me assume it's my guest that is having network issues. All right, are you back?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
All right, good. So that's more of what we're going to do in the next session. Get in the next cohort, get the children to talk a lot and have conversations, a lot of conversations about the things that happen around them, their everyday life, their everyday activities, the things that come up in our environment, the things that they encounter in school. These conversations are the conversations we're going to have these children having so that this is as authentic as it's as authentic as it gets, basically, because we want these children. We don't want children to go through the system and still be children who are looking like this. We want them to understand themselves, know who they are, be aware of themselves, in tune with themselves, and be children who can carry themselves well no matter what. So thank you very much, Ifeoluwa's mom. So I'm going to let you go soon. Let me just ask the last
So,
question for the day.
okay. I wanted to say that before I go, another thing that amazing thing that happened with the fair was being able to coordinate as younger ones. I forgot to mention that. So I think it's one of the
I was
reasons.
actually going to ask you about her relationship, her leadership skills, and all of that. That's what I was going to ask you.
So, June, I had to attend the conference. I don't have a living maid, and I would I won't be able to sit with the children because I have to sit in front with my husband. And so we're going back and forth. So let's get someone that would come temporarily, someone that's lived with us before to do 1 week and I'll pay them. And I'm like, my husband just says, I think Ife can do it. I'm like, I was a bit skeptic. I'm like, Ife, you think you can do it? I was asking me like, because I knew the way she used to be with the children. Like she literally bullies a young, like she would eat them. She's impatient with them. Like she can't take nonsense. I think being a firstborn, it comes like a default, you know. But so we decided that okay, she said yes, she can do it. I'm like, okay, if and that was when you were teaching them about financial skills. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay you for this. I'm gonna pay you half the price I would have paid the lady that was supposed to come. And this girl blew me away. I'm still getting positive feedback from she was able to. So all I just do once I get to the we get to the premise, I just hand them the lunch bag. I don't even know where they sit. They go, she takes them, sit down nicely, take them to the bathroom, and she just did I saw other children would run to the front and and be making noise, but not my 2 year old. Like she was 8 then. She was able to coordinate her 2 year old, a 5 year old brother too. Then another one was during her birthday. So proud to her birthday, I told her, I said, we're not having a party this year. We're saving the party for next year. So I'll get you a gift. But she wanted to go out. I said, okay, talk to your dad about it. If he gets takes you out, that's fine. But me, I'm not spending any extra money other than the gift. So he's like, oh, well, I have some money saved up from the work I've been doing for you. I'm like, okay, but I don't think it's enough for you to go out. So she and her dad had a conversation. I'm like, okay, can you just believe for it? The dad told I say you can believe for it and pray to God that the money would come, then we'll take you out. Anyway, the long story short, when I picked her up in the afternoon, she said, hey, disturbing. Oh, I said, I'm not taking you out. You have your money, I will pay you. And if you get more money from your dad, that's fine. Anyway, our uncle called from abroad and sent her some money. And she was so like, she was able to pray on her own, okay, with her dad, but she was the one that did the prayer, you know. Then she had worked, saved up some money. At the end of it, she got like over 10,000 naira, and she was able to take herself out. In fact, she was out. So that was just one of the amazing benefits we've gotten from so many benefits from being a mastermind partner. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, ma'am. You know what we say to the children every time in the mastermind, and this is what we're really big on. We need the children to understand that they are the most constant people in their own lives. Like everything you do for yourself, everything you do in your life is for your benefit. It's for your benefit, and there's no need for entitlement. You don't need to pepper your parents, as in you can't pepper your parents about your own.
Yes,
It's your life first. And then we
yes,
also point them to the fact that honor is a skill and it's something that we will learn. So we point them to honor their parents. There's no week we go by in the mastermind that we do not point the children to honoring their parents. We point them even as far as honoring their siblings and honoring even extended family members, because we understand that when children understand gratitude and they can appreciate every tiny little thing that is done for them by other people, then they begin to develop empathy. So, because of that, we point them to saying thank you to the gate men in school, thank you to the janitor in school, thank you to the people that ordinarily they will pass and not think that these people are relevant in their lives. So once your children begin to notice the tiniest little things and the tiniest people that ordinarily they would notice, what it means is they begin to understand the place of gratitude. And with gratitude comes empathy. So we're big on gratitude. Our journal is partly a gratitude journal also. So all of these things are intentional, they are deliberate. In the mastermind, we don't just wake up and throw things at the children. It's a well thought through curriculum. We're running a standard curriculum. People like to say, oh, people are too serious about these things and all that. The reason you take your children to a structured school, the reason you pay all that school fees, is because they have a curriculum, and that curriculum is structured, and that curriculum is tailored to help your children achieve a goal. Why do we think we cannot create some structure in our homes and set goals in our homes and work towards achieving these goals? It's the same principles, parents. So, but you can't do this. It's a struggle, it's stressful, or you just simply want support, or you just want partners in this journey, then the mastermind is your place. Bring your children to join us in the next cohort that begins on the 1st of September. All you need to do right now is book a slot with just 5,000 naira. Our list is getting longer and longer. Okay, there are people who are already waiting in the waiting room for the 2023-24 cohorts. So book a slot and lock it down, and then you pay instrumentally to the middle of September when you can, be with us fully. Okay, so okay, I don't even have the information. I'm just going to put the information right here now so that you can just take a screenshot of your screen and then use that information to enroll, or book a slot for your child. Thank you so much, Ifeoluwa's mom. So before we let you go, what would be your last word for parents who have their children out there and are still contemplating, should I not, should I, would I, could I? All right.
dear parents, please bring your child. Don't even think twice. This is a place for your child. You want to see your child gain focus, direction, be self-directed, acquire some life skills as aside academic. This is the place. This is the place for them. Would they would everyone in the part mastermind circle would hold your child hand and walk them, through the journey, and they would become better. So many I don't want to keep us. I'm even remembering again, discovering some skills we discovered while in the mastermind. So I think I've said enough. So it's bring your child, please. This is the place to be. This is the place.
Thank you so much. The gains of the mastermind are endless. They are endless. Today, Kamsi started internship. Kamsi started his
Wow.
internship program today. He actually decided he wanted to learn to barb hair. So today he went to walk to the barber shop. We actually dropped him off at the barber shop. By the time I got there, everybody was like, "Oh, okay, bye." As in, everybody was like popular, and they even got tipped today. He got, he was like, "I got a 1,000 naira tip." I'm like, "Oh shit." So sometimes we
Okay.
need to get Yeah, we need to get our children into that space, get them into that space. He got in there today and he went straight to the manager and asked her, what's my JD? Like, what's my job description? And she actually told him everything. I'm like, so when we're going getting back, when he was getting back, I asked him, so what are your, I mean, what's your role there? And he's like, he told me how they come in the morning, he has to go in for early morning, they will pray. When they finish praying, he has to be sure that all the products are in the product space. He has to be sure that the VIP session is swept, and as he let it sweep, it's okay. He has to sweep the VIP session, he has to clean up and everything. And then he had a full notebook. He had a full notebook that he has written of all these. I'm like, of course, I know they didn't give you this. I know they told me. And during my break, I sat down and I wrote everything down. See, we are scholars. We are putting all of it, put all of it together to get the results that we want in these children. The parents called today and she was saying, oh, my child wants to do one skill. Will it not affect his education? I said, that's the problem. You guys are separating these things in your head. They are all one and the same. Thank you very much, Oluwa's mom, again for being here. Thank you for those who joined us. If you're catching the replay, I hope you got value from this session. You should be in the mastermind. Your children should be in the mastermind. Okay, so why don't you send us a DM today or use the information that you have on this stream or on the screen, and then, just enroll your child so that we can do life together in 2023, 2024. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic
Bye,
rest of the
everyone. Thank
day.
you so much, Kimberly.
Bye. All right, dear. Bye.